What's going on, y'all? We have ourselves a nice quick practice for you. I often get asked what, as a yoga teacher myself, I like to practice. So this may be a version of that, an ever-changing one. This is what today's happens to be. So without further ado, joining me in a comfortable seat. And once there, we're just gonna allow the eyes to gently close, or maybe coming down to a soft gaze, completely up to you. Hands can be face down or up. You can have a mudra if you'd like. I'm going to take Gyan mudra with thumb connected to index finger. We're just gonna spend a moment here in your comfortable seat, simply observing the breath. Watching the rising, the falling. And observing how this breathing body, this energetic body is feeling, is moving, whenever you're tuning into this practice. Finding another moment or so of stillness here. Observing the breath. And then bringing some control to that breath, deepening your inhales and your exhales. Trying to lengthen each inhale and each exhale. And with this control of the breath, on your next inhale, we're going to reach those arms up overhead. And on an exhale, finding a side bend to your right hand coming down to mat. Left arm reaching up overhead, maybe by the left ear. Being careful that the left sit bone isn't raising up too much here. Maybe coming up a little bit if it's popping up. Or maybe if you feel grounded, coming down to the forearm, completely up to you. We'll spend a few more breaths here. Lengthening through left side body. And on your next inhale, rising up through center, reaching up, exhale, bending to your left hand coming down to the earth. Right arm maybe reaches over by the ear. Maybe we come down to that left forearm, noticing if this side's any different. It might be different just based off the cross of the legs, or maybe based off how your bones fall into place. I know my side's certainly different here. Your next inhale, rising up through center, reaching up. On an exhale, we'll bring right hand behind, left hand towards right leg, and we'll find a bit of a twist. Inhales here, lengthen your spine. Exhales may deepen your twist. Maybe only a millimeter, or maybe there's no actual movement with each exhale, but you can just envision or guide a gentle, soft movement with every exhale, deepening your twist. With your next inhale, we'll carefully unwind, bringing head first, then reaching arms up overhead. On the exhale, twisting to your left. Left hand coming behind, right hand towards left leg. Same thing goes here. Inhales, lengthen spine. Exhales, deepening twist. And on your next inhale, we'll carefully unwind, reaching up. Exhale, hands together through heart center, Anjali Mudra. Enjoying a moment here. In my personal practice, I take lots of pauses to just observe presence. From here, we're going to make our way into a tabletop position. You can do so by either rolling over the knees or swinging onto either hip. In our tabletop, we're going to have our wrists under our shoulders. Our knees under our hips. All corners of the hands firmly planting down into the earth. Tops of the feet planting down. And once you feel good about that, on an inhale, we'll bring belly button towards the mat. Crown and tailbone lifting towards the sky. This is our cow. On an exhale, we'll bring belly button towards the spine. Crown and tailbone towards the mat. Our cat. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. This time on the inhale, we're going to walk the hands slightly forward, tucking toes under. Exhale, sending hips up and back. Downward facing dog. First one of the practice here. Feeling free to pedal out. Feeling free to shift hips. Noticing how this is feeling. Again, first one of the practice. Checking in on the hamstrings, on the calves. And then we're going to look between the hands. On an inhale, adding a bend to knees. On an exhale, walking up towards the top of your mats. We're going to meet in our forward fold, our uttanasana. From here, you could take a clasp of elbows, maybe clasp hands behind, finding this nice opening up through the shoulders. And we're just going to allow the upper body to hang heavy here for a few moments. Once again, noticing the hamstrings, the calves, how we're feeling. Releasing a clasp if you took it. Then on an inhale, we're going to slowly roll all the way up. Last thing will be the crown of the head. From here, we'll spend a few moments in our mountain pose, firmly rooting through all corners of the feet. Active through the legs. Palms facing forward. Crown lifting up. Chin ever so slightly tucked. And finding that stillness here in your mountain. And from here, we're going to move into a classical Surya Namaskar warm up here. From your mountain, inhaling and exhaling, bringing hands together at heart center. Inhale, we'll reach up. You can find a slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, steps right leg back, right knee melts to mat. Anjayanasana. Exhale, step left foot back to meet right. Downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhaling, bringing knees, chest, and chin towards the mat. Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, allowing hips to drop, lengthening legs, coming up, cobra. Exhale, sending hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping right foot between the hands, left knee melts to mat. Exhale, stepping left foot up to meet right, forward fold. Inhale, we'll reach up, rising up. Exhale, hands together, heart center. Moving to left side. Inhale, reaching up, expanding up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping left leg back, left knee melts to mat. Exhale, planting palms, stepping right foot back, downward facing dog. Extra breath here, inhaling. Exhale, allowing knees, chest, and chin to come down to the mat. Inhale, finding cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps between the palms, right knee melts. Exhale, right foot steps up to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. You could find a slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Spending a moment here in Pranamasana. They're just one round of Surya Namaskar, noticing how we're feeling, warming up the body. Traditionally, in my personal practice, I'll do somewhere between 3, maybe 5, depending upon how I'm feeling. So we'll do one more here for this practice. On an inhale, expanding up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping right leg back, right knee melts. Exhale, planting palms, left foot steps back, downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin melting to mat. Inhale, hips drop. Rising, chest up, shoulders down and back, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps up between the hands, left knee melts. Exhale, left foot steps up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands through heart center. One last time, left side, inhaling up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back, left knee melts. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, melting to mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps up, right knee melts. Exhale, right foot steps up, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Find a back bend. Exhale, hands through heart center. Finding a moment here, pranamasana. Just standing, observing the prana flow through the body, this life force energy, observing the breath, the breathing body. In yoga, we combine these two, calling this pranamaya kosha, the energetic or breathing body. Just observing that here. From here, we're just going to simply step the left foot back and open that foot up. We're going to find heel to arch alignment. That back foot will be parallel with the back edge of the mat. And we're going to find maybe a wider stance here. We're going to keep that right knee behind or above that right ankle. Once you feel good and aligned with that, active through both legs, we can bring arms up parallel. This is our warrior 2. We're going to keep that focus on the right fingertips here and simply breathe. Finding that strength in your stillness here. Then on your next inhale, we'll lengthen right leg. We'll bring hands to hips, pivoting on right foot. And from here, having both feet parallel with the short edges of your mat. Maybe widening stance, maybe shortening, finding something that works for you. From here, we'll inhale, finding length in the spine. And on an exhale, we'll come down about halfway. Keeping activeness through the legs. Hands dropping down. Inhaling here. Exhaling into this wide-legged forward fold. Now, if your hands comfortably come down to the mat, maybe try bringing them in line with the toes, so the fingertips are in line with them. From here, finding this nice fold from the hips. Active through the legs. Sending tailbone up towards the sky. Finding another breath here. Then on an inhale, we're carefully just going to come to flat back, staying active through the legs. Hands come to hips, inhaling up. Finding your breath once again. We'll pivot on left foot now. So left heel is in line with the right foot, the arch of it. Preparing for that warrior two now on this side. Left knee behind or above left ankle. And whenever ready, arms coming out parallel. This time gaze over left fingertips. You could check on those right fingertips if you'd like. Sometimes I don't know what they're doing. It could be going up, down, to the right, left. Just trying to keep them nice and straight there. In line with the left ones. And breathing here. Your next inhale will lengthen left leg, hands come to hips. And we're just gonna heel toe our feet in to a bit wider than hip width distance. Our toes will splay out to the front corners or the side corners of your mat. Whatever you'd like to work with here, you could also turn to the front of your mat. No worries, we're preparing for malasana here, our yogi squats. We'll inhale, then exhale our hands together at heart center. We'll inhale, finding length in the spine. Exhaling into our yogi squat, malasana, adjusting stance if it's too wide, like mine was there. And allowing the seat to come towards the mat. Trying to keep spine straight. Maybe finding a little counter force between the outsides of the arms and the insides of the legs, similar to our tree pose, our Virkasana. And we'll spend a few moments here in malasana, in our squat. Breathing here. Maybe allowing sit bones to come closer to the mat. Then gently allowing arms to come behind, guiding you into a comfortable seat. From here, we'll inhale, exhale, hands together, heart center. Bowing down to yourself, thanking yourself for practicing. And whenever you're ready, raising the head, opening the eyes.